I haven't never met a man that I can't beat. I never met a man that I can't beat. Babu's now over there crying about the queen. How y'all doing today? Can y'all hear me today? I heard myself. Family, listen. Your best girl, you just gonna start like this? I gotta change it up a little bit. Did you see? Hold up. Did you see Babu try to respond to my video? Sister Lady, did you see Babu try to respond? How I'm supposed to start the show? He tapped out after one round. Y'all going over there listening? He tapped. He sound pathetic. He said, why your mic wobbling? I'm trying to get my table straight. He sound pathetic. He really tapped out after one round. Did y'all peep that? Chingo bling. Man. Secure the mic. All right. Secure the mic, teacher. Teacher. Hey, teacher. Did you? I want to thank everybody for subscribing. We had 4,000 views. And I want to thank you. Man, oh man, oh man. These fake wannabe YouTube. Listen, at the end of the day, let me explain something, man. I don't go on the back of Babu pickup truck, you know what I mean, and shovel debris off for him. I don't get in his way while he's shoveling debris off his pickup truck. Why is he coming on social media bothering me? This is what I do. I don't know. Hey, Crip, they aim at the whole Morse World TV citizens and mods, Crip. But don't worry about it. We destroy them all one by one. Y'all know how y'all go to the carnival and they got the ducks? Bing, 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 bing. You miss one, you might come back and get them next time. We get them. My. This is bad, family. Dang, this is bad, man. I got a serious question for you, though. Before we start the show, because this is going to be a lesson to learn today. You ever think about why is it so much death and prison around these people that claim to be freedom fighting, but none of them is moving on a concrete plan towards freedom? Anybody ever think about that? For all the years that we have witnessed the new Black Panther Party, for all the years that we have witnessed break-offs from the new Black Panther Party. Anybody ever notice that there is no common goal? That there is no destination? That there is no roadmap to the no destination? Has anybody ever noticed that? The only destination is no better than the drug game. It's either prison or death, or growing old telling war stories. But their difference is they just talk about what they're going to do. Have anybody ever noticed that? Am I the only one that's noticed that? Come on, let's do a track record. Let's run the track record. After Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Malik Zulu Shabazz takes over. What's the plan? Let's look at it like this. When you look at revolutionary organizations around the world, their goal is to obtain political power. That's it. That's all. Their goal is to obtain political power, because you got the political power, you have access to the bag. You hear what I say? I don't care where you're at in the world. Whenever there's a war, right? This is a lesson. You know, sometimes I joke, sometimes I keep it serious. If there is a war, like Russia and the Ukraine, Russia is going to try to secure the capital so they can bring the capital back to Russia. It's all political. When you have these wars going on around the world, make no mistake about it. It's all about the booty, the bread, the money, the resources, whether above ground or below ground. So I ask you, for all of you, not the Morris Wells TV citizens, I ask you, and I ask you, and I ask you that follow this foolish nonsense. What do you seek to gain from running around talking about no justice, no peace, but everybody get peace, making all these idle threats, spending all this money traveling, marching, with no real goal in mind? With no real goal in mind. You just show up, family. Come on now. Come on, let's get busy now. I want you to wake up. I know that y'all that follow Malik Zulu Shabazz come and watch this show. I know that y'all follow Omowale. I know y'all watch this show. I want you to think today. What are you in this for? It's not for self-defense, because you're reactionary. When somebody get killed, you show up. You're not defending a dead body. You can't, God bless the dead. You cannot defend a dead body. When the police kill one of ours, you show up and you march and you scream and you holler with a bullhorn. That's not self-defense. What are you defending? Solo means alone. Hit it right on the head. And we're going to talk about that tonight. They are part of the ones that take us out. That's the only thing that it could be. So Malik Dudu Shabazz and Dudu Omowale, y'all need to get a day job. Y'all done pulled up on the wrong one on social media. Like you said, Dudu, Omowale, like you said, you got the right one now. Well, no, I'm the right one. Because I'm going to show and prove that you guys do not benefit our community. In fact, you're a cancer to our community. In fact, what you should do, and for him, I'm going to call you Babu. What you should do, Babu, is you should establish an official gun club. And what you should do, you hear me? You should teach people how to use guns like you do. You should teach people to train and get in shape like you need to get in shape. You should teach people gun safety. And you should stop marching, screaming Black power when you don't even know the first thing about getting power for yourself. You don't know the first thing about getting power for yourself. So you can't scream Black power if you don't know the path to power for yourself. And that's for each and every one of these leaders that claim to be on the front line and fighting a revolution that's only a revolution of their imagination. Now, one might say, what you got to do with this more? European psychology is a heck of a drug. Because I'm a Moorish American, right? And I subscribe to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Science Temple of America. These fools act like that I'm Calabasian or something. You know what I'm saying? As if I am different from them. No, we're the same people. Didn't the Moors enslave people? Goofball, we're the same people. Whether I call myself a Moor, whether I call myself Johnny Appleseed, we are both descendants from those who suffered slavery. We are the same people. You don't have to identify like me. I don't have to identify like you, but we are the same people. So stop trying to categorize me like this is not my problem. You misinforming the people, you sending the people to prison in the graveyard is all of our problem. It's all of our problem. Whether you are in the Nation of Islam, whether you are a Christian, whether you are a Buddhist, whether you are a Moorish American, whether you are an atheist, it's all of our problem. You follow me? It's all of our problem. So with that being said, don't ask me no more. Why you all in this, in the Black power business? Because guess what? I remember when Malik got ran out of Baltimore, and they didn't have nothing to do with what you would call the Black power business, but they had something to do with community business. And it's our community problem. There's a saying back in the 20s by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and he didn't go by the term Negro, but he says that the Negro problem is your problem. It's your problem. And I paraphrase that. So you can understand that regardless of what you claim, what you profess, or what your ideal is to this day, this is our problem. See, when these people come into our neighborhood, they're not looking to see if I'm a Moor. That's why his assistant or his chair buddy is a Moor. You follow me? They don't care if you are Moor, if you're in the Nation of Islam, or they just like the Europeans. When they come to slaughter us, they ain't looking for no fez. They ain't looking for no bow tie. They ain't looking for nothing. They ain't looking for complexion. You want that? You want? And you know what? These people that want to mislead our people, they're looking for the same thing. They're looking for the complexion of your skin to mislead, misguide, and send you into the penitentiary or send you into the graveyard. And that's what they have in common. The oppressive European, I'm not talking about the European that go on and kiss Fluffy in the mouth and have a good old time drinking Budweiser, smoking Marlboro Lights. I'm not talking about him. Some of them could care less. I'm talking about the oppressive European that controls the system, that is a system that's predicated upon keeping you at the bottom and maintaining them at the top. And even the one that kissed Scruffy in the mouth or after Scruffy lick his bottom and he kiss Scruffy in the mouth and he drink a Budweiser and, you know what I mean, smack his wife upside the head, pow, lay down. You know, he actually benefits from the oppressive European. But I ain't talking about him. We're talking about the oppressive system that the Europeans put in place that continue to oppress us. And when they come for us, they're looking for complexion. And when Malik, Zulu, Shabazz, or Babu come, they're looking for complexion. Can y'all see how it all come together? Everybody gonna share this like one time for me. Thumbs up for me one time. We about to get busy. This is serious business here. Serious business here. Listen, I work hard for each and every one of y'all to not only give a show, but to also give pertinent information. You follow me? And in reality, I really want y'all to, if you get a chance to go back and review this, I really want you to review this. And the reason why I want you to review this, because this is a lesson. This is a lesson. This is a real lesson of how manipulation enters into our community and how we as a people do not take it as serious as we should. Many of our leaders has fell by the bullet and no one doubled back to see why. No one. Even Malik, Zulu, Shabazz admits that they give blood to some lady and she just disappear. Yet they go looking for Carolyn Bryant for being an accessory to a crime in the 50s. But they can't find this lady a week missing. Do that make sense to you? That you, let me stop right here real quick. Family, I want to ask you too, for all of y'all Malik supporters that's watching me but don't speak, I want to ask you too. For all of y'all that are Malik supporters, I got to ask you this. Where is the conversation about Carolyn Bryant? Do anybody remember I said by the time October come, it's going to be silent? Where is the conversation? We're not going to let you forget this. He's off to the next conversation now. The next conversation is the European police that said he shot somebody 18 times. And then after that, there'll be another one. And then after that, there'll be another one. And then another one. There'll be another one. He's been doing this for 20 years. Wake up! Wake up! He's been doing this same thing for 20 years. This is the same soup warmed over. There's going to be another story he tag on, and then another story he tag on, and then another story he's tag on. But it's only to run you around the desert. When you read the Bible, and it says that the Israelites was running around the desert, circling the desert, and they couldn't go to the promised land. That's what they continue to do in our community. They put people in our community to get us running in circles. We're just running in the desert. The Bible is alive and well. If you don't believe in the Bible, I'm telling you, it's a universal philosophy in some of the stories. The universal philosophy is to confuse you to where the promised land is and have you running in a circle. And that's what's happening. The hype, black power, the goddamn white man, the pig, the pig, the pig. That's the mental circle. Have anybody ever seen the Jim Carrey movie called the Harry Truman? Harry Truman. Anybody ever seen that? Press 7 if you ever seen that. Harry Truman. If you ain't seen it, if you haven't seen it, I implore you to see it. Because it's the same philosophy. He lives in this bubble. He lives in this bubble. Harry Truman. You see what I'm saying? He lives in this bubble. The Harry Truman Show. He lives in this bubble. And little do we know, the Truman Show. There you go. Truman Show. I said Harry Truman. The Truman Show. I'm sorry. Thank you, Sensuna. He lives in this bubble of a world. But little do he know is that the real world is just beyond what appears to be a yard. And that's how they treat us as a people. And they use our people to keep us in this bubble where we appear to be free. We appear to be creating our own environment. We appear to be creating our own destiny. We appear to be shaping our own future, when in fact it's all planned out for us and we're just walking into the role that was written for us. We got to wake up as a people. I mean, please rewind that. Understand what I'm saying? That you have people that's working with them people to keep us in this bubble where it appears that we created our own world. It appears that we are using our own intelligence, when in fact we got to do mental inventory and ask ourselves sometime, is that the result of my best thinking? When those went with Malik to knock on door to door to door, you have to ask yourself, is that the result of my best thinking? You follow me? You always got to ask yourself that. You got to constantly double check yourself. No human being is infallible. So you have to continue to ask yourself, is that the result of my best thinking? Meditate on it, contemplate on it. Because when you make decisions, you want to make sure that you're making decisions from a pure place, not from an indoctrinated place or a place that's influenced by someone who don't want you to be free, even if they're working through someone. You got to do it. You got to constantly do it. Because listen, before I get into my slides, the mental slavery that we suffer from, for Europeans, it's the gift that keep on giving. It's the gift that keep on giving. So one of us that look like us want to be free, they'll go and get a law degree. They'll go and get a law degree. They'll go and get a law degree and then scream black power. There's nothing wrong with getting a law degree. But you can't condemn the government 1 minute, but then work for the government the same minute. And you do it right in plain sight. You condemn the government, but then work for the government. You condemn the government, but then appeal to the government. I'm saying, like, what is wrong with you? In fact, what is wrong with us that we're not critically thinking? Damn the United States flag. Damn the United States flag. But then go, all rise, to go to court. If you are going to be an attorney, understand the laws and use the law for our benefit. But you can't fake like you're an attorney, but then on the flip side, talking some old rebellious stuff that you ain't really with that. You ain't really with that. So we about to get busy. Family, let me take it from the top. Y'all ready? Let me take it from the top. I got to take it from the top. That man. I got to take it from the top. It's not going to be a good one, but it's going to be a good one. All right? Let's go.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
So here we go, family. We back in the building. Now, it's a shame that nobody is questioning. It's a shame. It's a shame that nobody is questioning. Somebody said, can you help me nationalize? Email Join Noble Temple, Join Noble Temples at gmail.com. Secretary will reach out for you and she'll answer all your questions, J.O. It's a shame that nobody has held them to this. You know what I mean? Nobody has held him up to this standard of keeping him to his word. But that's okay. Fam, let me take you back for a second. When you are a true revolutionary, right? And you are a member of the Black Panther Party, or at the time NFAC, or any organized group such as that, and you was walking side by side with these people in Georgia, and nobody questioned them, that should have told y'all right then and there that something wasn't right. These people were walking for Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia alongside the new Black Panthers with AJ and the rest of them, Pansock, Black Lives Matters and everybody. And you mean nobody said nothing to these people? You know what happened? Somebody on the internet, on Twitter, found them from a casting couch and said, oh, that's them right there. You know what's crazy? That these people will talk about the Bloods and the Crips, but if the Bloods and the Crips see somebody false flagging, she might not make it home. She might not, or might not make it home. But the whole thing in a nutshell is, nobody even mentioned, you didn't hear a peep. In fact, the sister in this lineup, she was actually standing next to Grandmaster Jay in DC. And you didn't hear a peep. Somebody said Hashim addressed it. He must have addressed it after the fact, because ain't nobody address it on the ground. Nobody gets a pass. This is not something you address after the fact. If you on the ground and you see this, you address it. So with all due respect, may he rest in peace. This is something you address right then and there. Let me give you an example. Normally, when I see Moorish Americans that seem like they had a little bit riff with me, and I see them in public, normally I'll walk up and I say Islam. Straight like that. You know what I mean? Straight like that. Because it is what it is. I'm not going to let you sneak up on me. I'm not going to do that. We're going to deal with it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get sidetracked like that. But if it was dressed then and there, there'd be no way that these same people appear in DC. Your best girl, nobody gets a pass. If he addressed it properly right then and there, they don't again return in DC. Stop it. He didn't address it. He may have spoke on it. He didn't address it. They don't get to appear there and then in DC if it was addressed. We need to stop this punktified stuff talking about somebody addressed something. No, that was not addressed. It was not addressed because I got a bunch of footage of them appearing other places after that. In particular with Grandmaster Jay. So somebody may have spoke on it. That's different. That's different. I'm sorry I'm getting hype about this, but I can't stand when someone tried to pussyfoot around the concept of being real, being soft, being passive, and being on the money. I'm on the money. If it was addressed, it doesn't appear nowhere else. That's it. That's just how it go. Anybody from where I'm from, that's just how it go. This is how it go. It doesn't happen again when it's addressed effectively. But we're going to talk about Hashim tonight too. But shout out to my sis, your best girl. That's my sis. She's a Moorish World TV citizen, but I get hyped sometime. She understands. With that being said, Malik Zulu Shabazz, remember he was on the hunt for Carol Bryant? Not there. Not on that hunt no more. Not on that hunt no more. What happened to the hunt for Carol Bryant? If somebody going to ask him about that, I guess that hunt is over. That paycheck is spent. That paycheck is spent. Those promoters who paid him and the other guy is spent. But now, let me ask you this before we get into what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to put you into a space real quick of the manipulation and the lies that have been perpetrated against our people by those who are supposed to be our people. For those who follow these organizations, right? Malik, Big Shirley, and Babu. I want to ask you this, and I asked at the beginning, why is it so much death in prison surrounding this thing? If the ancestors got your back, if the universal creator got your back, why isn't there any progress? And why so much death and why so much prison? You don't have one win. Can anybody name one win of the new Black Panther Party? One accomplishment after all these years since 1987? I'm going to wait. Can anybody name a significant accomplishment You know what's funny? They talk about the Christian church, right? But at least you can look at some accomplishments from when it comes to law, civil rights. You can find some accomplishments. You can find some accomplishments with the Nation of Islam, with the Moorish Science Temple of America. You can't find no accomplishments after Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but I'm here now. But Prophet Noble Drew Ali gave us a standard of accomplishments that we can duplicate if we stick to the script, and I stick to the script. But even the Moors, they gone off the deep end talking crazy and foolishness. But I'll be talking about the Moors Sunday on my other channel. That's right. We'll be talking about the resurrection. Goodness gracious. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. First of all, anyone who associates themselves with these people after this, you're going to get what you got. Let's get with this. Omowale associated himself with the Black Panthers, and what followed that? Is it a coincidence that, okay, he already put a target on his back with the NFAC? And I was trying to warn people. And then he ultimately joined the new Black Panther Party. And soon after he joins the new Black Panther Party, he finds himself in a pickle. Is that a coinkydink? I'm going to give you some more examples. Press 7 if y'all still with me. Shortly after he joined the new Black Panther Party, he finds himself in a coinkydink. Soon after, very soon after. But that's not the only one. That's not the only one. And people who have been a part of this nonsense, you know I'm not lying, because you was there and you seen it for yourself. Now, OC the Great is the media wing of this dragnet. He's trying to build it. Soon as spite goes on OC the Great, who also was a new Black Panther member, what happened to spite? Do anybody remember? Talk to me. Talk to me. What happened to spite after he teams up with OC the Great, Crystal Muhammad, and Katia? Are y'all still with me? What happens? He ends up in a pickle. Y'all hear me? Is this a coincidence? They know right, if y'all seen the show that I did on it, they know right where the plane he was on, they know where he landed, they know where he walked at, they know where he was going to, they know what he was doing, they knew everything about him. Spite locked up right now. I'm asking you for all of you people, that think that this is a reasonable path to liberation, I'm telling you, here's the examples. It's not saying don't fight for liberation, but know who you're fighting with and use your critical thinking. Where did OC the Great come from? He came on social media and he got popular, semi-popular, for promoting Grandmaster Jay. That's all he would do was replay Grandmaster Jay's morning mentals over and over and over and over and over again. That is the media dragnet. In other words, if you study, and this is why history is so important to study. If you study history like the Holocaust or Germany, you will find out that the media played a very important role to manipulating the European Jew, as well as manipulating the population to be stone-hearted to another human being. Regardless if you like Europeans or Jewish people, that's not neither here nor there. What I'm talking about is that the media propaganda was used twofold. One was used against the German citizens to make them look as the European Jew as not worthy to have life. And then the other part of the media, they use to let the Jew know that they were surrounded. The illusion, propaganda. So in this social media era, that's what we have too. OC the Great popped up right around the time that Grandmaster Jay needed all the promotion that he could get, so he can begin to move in bringing people from the shadows to the forefront. And it was about 10 channels like that. Some of them you didn't see them because they never gained any momentum. OC the Great never really gained any momentum for real until recently. So now he gets a few numbers. Now he has changed his channel to Revolutionary TV. Now the dragnet gets bigger. The net gets wider. So now it's not OC the Great TV. Now it's Revolutionary TV. So now when people hear that catchphrase, revolutionary, now they go there and now the dragnet is bigger. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. And what happens is those who appear to be the most threatening, those will be the one plucked off, and those will be the ones that is addressed in their parking lots. Those are the ones that be addressed in their room. Those will be the ones that be addressed in their houses or back alleys, if that's where you live at. OC and that other guy did not even know that King Samir was there. Right there was a red flag. Absolutely. Didn't even know King Samir. They knew nothing about King Samir. Everybody know King Samir if you've been following us long enough. But I'm going to tell you, now OC the Great is going to reel more goofy people in. And guess what? They're going to get up there and start talking. They're going to get up there and you're going to tell by their posture. You're going to tell by their energy. And yeah, and you're not going to hear about them no more. I mean, and I'm telling you, y'all gonna see it. But anyway, let me get back to this. Let me get back to this real quick, because y'all need to get this information. Watch this. Same situation. Although Ozone was with Infact, once again, the moment that he got with the patch of the NBPP, not soon after did it fall apart. And this is not a coincidence, because I'm going to show you in these slides that it's not a coincidence. I'm going to show you why. This is from a newspaper article online And just to make my point, it say Wallace marched with NFACC militia in Louisville, Tulsa, and elsewhere, and recently joined New Black Panther Party. So if Vice is putting this ad up there or this article up there, you already know what the investigators have, because this is just a news story. But people of the New Black Panther Party act like there is no bug inside the bullhorn that Malik talking out of. Even in this story right here, it say Wallace also associated with the New Black Panther Party, which the ADL labels a hate group for its racist and anti-Semitic rhetoric, whatever. From some of our investigations, we have been able to see him coordinated with other individuals in Black nationalist space. Who's in the picture and is not Ozone? AJ. Why would they even have a story about Arthur Wallace, but they use a picture with AJ? That's another story offline. They telling you right in plain sight what's going on. They telling you what's going on. All we got to do is pay attention. You know, the media investigates and the investigators investigate, and all of them hold hands together and come up with their conclusion. That's just another article. Now, in social media posts leading up to Wednesday's shooting of Daytona Beach police, the suspect identified himself as the New Black Panther Party of self-defense. If his last stance on social media that he's identified himself as a part of the New Black Panther Party for self-defense, and you don't really see no support from the New Black Panther Party of self-defense under Malik Zulu Shabazz, what in the foolish mind would you want to be a part of that for? What in the foolish mind would you want to be a part of that for? That there's examples of people going to jail and left stranded, and you're going to still be a part of that? You're going to still be a part of that? Does that make any sense? And many of y'all have seen others go to jail that had no support, and you still stuck around. Now, this brother is facing the death penalty with bare minimum support from the rank and file of the New Black Panther Party. And you think that's a reasonable organization to join for what? See, this is the difference. Back in the day, when they were real revolutionaries, man, them brothers and sisters went up into jail and broke somebody out and took them over into another country or something like that, I heard about. See, this ain't that. I'm trying to save you from the headache and the heartache. This ain't that. If you go down, you're going down by yourself, alone. This ain't that. So why you getting mad at Tahaka Bay? Get mad at yourself. You've been duped. But get up, brush yourself off, and organize locally. Organize locally with people that you know. Don't organize over the internet. You don't know these people. Not for something like this. Not for marching with guns. Not for something like this. Organize locally. Because if you organize with something like this, I'm telling you, you never know what people got. You never know about these people's agenda and who they working for. But listen, let's keep it going. Let's look at Hashim. Back a while ago, Hashim got locked up for possessing a handgun, right? You mean tell me that he's basically Malik's assistant, and Malik is not instructing him not to have a weapon if he's a felon? But he's in an organization that stands for self-defense, that believe in the Second Amendment. You can't make this stuff up. What sense does it make if you are part of a group that stands for the Second Amendment, but you can't even express it because you're a convicted felon? And you're next to an attorney that's supposed to went to school for law, and he haven't even given you no advice. Y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see this? Y'all don't, like, come on. If you see, these are not friends. See, a friend would tell you, like, bro, man, this ain't for you. You can't even pack no steel. This ain't for you. Not this here. You feel me? So it shows you the incompetency of these organizations. It shows you the incompetency of these organizations. I mean, and we see it clearly. And the thing is that nobody's speaking about the incompetency of these organizations. And that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Ain't nobody speaking out. Like, I'm not even a part of these organizations, and I'm speaking out for those who have no voice. I mean, because I think that's what happened now. I'm speaking out for those who don't have a voice. You know what I'm saying? That got to be what's going on. That got to be what's going on. Because the crazy thing about it is, those that don't have no voice, they need to take their voice back. That's right. All them sisters that been abused, all them brothers that been played, all of that money spent and lost. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to speak out. Maybe not on Morse World TV. I'll find it somewhere on the internet. I'll find it. But y'all need to speak out. Now watch this. Why in the world ain't nobody telling this guy, brother, you can't pack any weapon. A stick is not going to help with this fight. You can't bring a stick to a gunfight. Somebody need to tell these leaders that this guy have a stick. Have anybody recognized that he has a stick? He can't bring a walking stick to a gunfight. This is not how revolution works. What, you gonna beat somebody with a stick? Like, this is not how it works. You gotta stop this mess. You can't keep doing this. It's not a good idea to be going to a gunfight with a stick. Real talk. We gotta stop this, and somebody gotta stop it. It's just ridiculous that we allow these things to go on. Coming to a gunfight with a stick. Unbelievable to me. It's crazy. Hold on. It's insane, man. It's insane that we allow this thing to happen like this. Anyway, let me get back to my point. So, Hashim, one second. So Hashim get locked up for a gun and he's a felon. Should have never happened. Should have never happened. At this time, he's the new Black Panther Party chief of staff. But the crazy thing about it, you ain't gonna believe this part. You ain't gonna believe this part. Guess how? Do anybody know how Hashim got caught with a weapon? Do anybody know the story? Press 7 if anybody know the story. Anybody know the story? This is how incompetent this thing is. Shout out to Hashim, but I gotta express this because he was around Malik Zulu Shabazz, and Malik Zulu Shabazz is an attorney, and this should never happen. Do you know how he got caught with the weapon? Say how, Grand Sheik. We're gonna take it slow tonight. Say how, Grand Sheik. Do anybody know? How, Grand Sheik? He went to the pawn shop to pawn the weapon. He took the gun to the pawn shop. They ran the serial number next to his name. It wasn't his, and they found out he was a convicted felon. This is what I mean. How can you fight for freedom for a people if you don't understand how freedom works as an individual? Now, if you're slipping on one part, then your brother or your sister is to pick you up. They ain't supposed to let you walk around like this being ignorant. Obviously, that's what happened. They let you walk around being ignorant because I told you the other day, the only way that people can take advantage of you is that you have to be ignorant. You have to. Come on, man. Babu's slow as a tortoise. He's slow as a tortoise. So if he's slow as a tortoise, he needs you to be slow as a slug, as a snail. You know what I mean? He's slow as a tortoise. You know what I mean? But he needs you to be slow as a snail so he can take advantage of you. So I'm telling you, if you have been taken advantage of, watch Morris World TV. We're a group of critical thinkers. And as I put these slides out, it'll make you think critically. Your wheels will start turning. And you'll be like, that's what that was. That's what that was. Made a mistake right there. Don't worry about it. We all make mistakes. We all make bad decisions. You know what I mean? But we shouldn't be making decisions at 50 that we supposed to have made at 20. We shouldn't be making decisions at 40 that we should have been making at 15. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be making those decisions at this late in the game. This is the 9th inning and we up the bat. We got to knock it out the park. That means we got to make the correct decisions almost 99% of the time. Because we should have learned enough nonsense in our journey to get here. We should have been learned enough nonsense. We should have watched how mama was moving. We should have watched how grandma was moving, uncle, my father. We should have watched all that. Then watch the neighborhood. If we got into some trouble, we watch how that worked. Like at 40 and better, we got to be critically thinking. Solo means alone. Appreciate you, family. We got to do better. We got to do better. Now let's get on into it. I just want to connect these dots. Now, the question is, where is Nzinga today? Malik's chief of staff is no longer with us. Now, and I'm not saying Malik have anything to do with anything, but I'm asking you, why so much death surrounds these organizations? Have anybody noticed that? When you really take a deep look at it, press 7 if you looked into it, have you been around it, and you notice that either death or prison surrounds this stuff. You believe the ancestors back this? You believe the universal creator rubber stamps this? With all of this death, poverty, most of these people are still in poverty. Anybody ever notice that? Most of these people are still in poverty. And if they are in poverty, their mind is impoverished. Because we can see how they respond to life. Now you got people that in poverty and their mind is sharp. They pulling themselves up. They rolling with it. But you got some people that's in poverty, their minds is impoverished. And this is what you have here. Their mind is impoverished. And this is why year after year, day after day, Babu is right now watching this, drinking a cerveza. Corona. Yeah. He watching this, drinking Corona, getting an extra layer of gut on, watching Morse World TV, mad, trying to figure out how he going to respond. People sending him little bogus stuff. He's a little bit nervous of using it because every time he use something, he end up embarrassing himself. You know what I mean? But he's sitting there drinking cerveza. I mean, he's going through it right now. You know what I mean? What he should do, he should just back up, bow out, wave the white flag, and just keep it moving. But that's what he's doing. He's sitting around smoking Black and Miles. Lips look like he kissed a rock of charcoal, and sipping Coronas. I mean, 2 Coronas, not the Rives, the cerveza. Not the Rives, the cerveza. 2 Coronas. I don't know where this stuff comes from. I just make this stuff. I make myself laugh. I tried. He said Babu warming up a cup of noodles. More citizens, man, we crazy. But I'm trying to tell you, this is what's going on around here. All right, let me get back into it. Because this is about to get heavy now. Oh, man, that was funny. All right, hold up. All right, let's get it. So look. So now we look at all of this death or prison. When we look at my brother Rakim Balagoon, the crazy part about this is he was a founder of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. He's not a member of that anymore for whatever reasons. I don't know. But this is my bro. I'm going to ride out for him. I'm going to support him. This is why I put his fly up there. I hope it's still current. The information is still current. If you can donate, this is my bro right here. You follow me? But the weird part about this is that what I'm looking into is, out of all, and I said this the other night, out of all the people that spew rhetoric over the internet, I'm thinking, why would his Facebook post cause attention? If you stick around for a few minutes, you're going to have some idea of where I'm going with this. Because I believe that it's all connected. And I believe that it's all connected to Babu. Or somebody next to Babu. Because it doesn't make sense that out of millions and millions of people who post rhetoric on social media, they would kick down this brother door. Doesn't make a lot of sense. To the person that doesn't pay attention, oh, it's perfectly normal. But for a person like me with a critical mind, question everything. It says black activist jailed for his Facebook post speaks out about the FBI surveillance. Again, why would they surveil him with all of these people? I mean, we done heard a lot of crazy stuff. And we're going to see in a minute. This is so crazy that Babu says, brother, did you read the entire post? Last night you said that you did not screenshot that post. Rakim was arrested because he is a convicted felon and was pulled over with weapons. He had nothing to do with BIE, brother. Your comrades putting out false information, playing on the fears of the people. I'm willing to help Ra, but I'm not going to lie for him. This fool didn't even know what Rakim was locked up for. So the guy that's texting back says, why would his son lie about them coming to the house? Why would he be in the public with guns and online with guns if that was the case? Let me stop for a minute. He's publicly going against his comrade. His comrade and son say that the feds kicked in the door. He's on Facebook saying, no, he got pulled over. He says, I will help Ra, but I won't lie for him. Lie for him to who? Fam, do you hear what I just said? He says, I will help Ra, but I won't lie for him. What does that sound like to you? Somebody type it in. What does that sound like to you? If you on a ride or die mission, if you on a ride or die mission, if you on a ride or die mission and you fighting for liberation, what do you mean you won't lie for him? This was what Babu said. I won't lie for him. I'm telling you, the goofiest people are leading our people to slaughter. And our people are willingly going. We are willingly going. Why would you ride with somebody like this? Watch how he tried to explain this. Listen to this. Yes, they came to the house because he's trying to explain how this happened. And we know the story though. Yes, they came to the house because when they ran their initial check, they didn't get a hit until later. You hear that? He's explaining to the brother that he's talking to or sister, oh yeah, they came to the house because when they pulled him over, they didn't get a hit till later. No, the whole thing is that he was targeted for an FBI investigation and somebody made him a target. Somebody made him a target. Somebody said he was a real one. Somebody said he's a potential guy. Y'all understand where I'm going with this? Press 7 if you understand where I'm going with it. Come on, piece it together. Piece it together. Press 7 if you're walking with me. I'm speaking in such a way. I want to see if you're walking with me, though. This is a no joke here. This is people's lives on the line. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying here. Because all the reports, let me pull it up real quick. There is all of the reports that came out was all about him being a black identity extremist. There is not one report that didn't come out like that. I could just screenshot just one real quick. Charges dropped in first case against black identity extremists. What about the felon with a gun? I don't know the intricacies of the case. If the government can target you for selective prosecution because it doesn't like you, then what rights remain? So you know what that sound like to me? That sound like he knew a part of the script, but he didn't have the other part of the script. Listen to the explanation. Watch this. Listen how crazy this is. Listen how crazy this is. Walk with me. It says, as far as him posing on Facebook with guns, maybe he just caught up in the moment. Remember, he wasn't posing on Facebook with no guns. He made a statement. It was his Facebook post about a statement about Micah Johnson or Makai Johnson. I'm not coming down on Ra, just the SHIT that followed the arrest. Out of all the organizations in the country that are high profile, why would they pick him first? That's what I say too. You know what I'm saying? But listen to this. What has he done that was influential to moving on him first? Panthers, Nation of Islam, HPNG, see, why would they not hit his first? Our influence is much larger on a national level. Basically what he's saying is, nah, it ain't that serious because they would have picked me up. He's saying the influence is on a national level, so he's supposed to be the national head or something like that. But you see how he's convoluting the water? And he doesn't even know that, yeah, he's a black identity extremist victim. He's been victimized. But he's not coming to the defense. Why would you join something like that? Why would you join an organization that doesn't even take time to investigate research so they can defend you properly and leave you hung out to dry? Even if you're not together anymore as an organization, which I think they were still somewhat together at that time. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you talk too much and you're talking about nothing. You're talking like them folk. Boo-boo messing up. Boo-boo messing up the bag. And people joining this. Boo-boo the fool messing up the bag. But he said, I'm the agent. Nah, this is the suspect part. This is the suspect part. Even when it came to Makai or Micah, right? Oh, let me stop for a second. Let me make my point. I got to make my point. Rakim Balagoon in jail. I ain't even saying who fault it is, but I know he was associated with Babu, with Boo Boo the Fool. I know he was associated with Boo Boo the Fool. Y'all see. This is all conspiracy theory. All right? This is all conspiracy theory. None of this is factual. It's all conspiracy theory. None of it is factual. No receipts. It's all conspiracy. But if you want to try your hand, they're out there so you can join them. You can join them. They out there waiting for you to be Boo Boo the Fool and be with Boo Boo the Fool. So now we look at Makai or Micah, right? Another one. Watch this. Watch this. Look at these. These people are crazy. And anybody join this stuff, they need to get themselves together. You know what I mean? I think they need to get themselves together. So with that being said, you look at this. 1 second. Look at this. Right here, we see Boo Boo the Fool. Here he go commenting. Babu Omowale, co-founder of Texas City People New Black Panther Party, said Makai Johnson had attended several meetings of the Black Nationalist Group, but had never been to the grouped armed gatherings. Why don't this fool just be quiet? Listen, I don't know him. I don't know him. So why would he say that? You know what he's trying to do? He's going to do the same thing to you. He's going to detach himself. They talk about, you know, they march, bang, bang. The only good pig is a dead pig. Y'all remember that? They said Huey P. Newton Gun Club, that's what they was chanting. But now we got somebody that walked that road and they disown them. Y'all hear what I just said? Hold up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm going to just see. Let me see something real quick. See if I can pull it up. See if I can pull it up to make my point. I'm going to make my point. I think I had it on the last slide. And this is all theory. None of this is true. All right? None of it is verified. Oh, no, this ain't it. But I think y'all heard it before. It said, bang, bang, something. It was a good old chant. I forget how it go. It was a good one. But hold up. Let me see something real quick. There you go, right here. I think it's right here. On the taco slide. On the taco slide, I think it is. Forget it. I ain't got time to play with that. Because I got to show y'all some new stuff. I mean, but they said something, but the only good pig is a dead pig or something. But the point that I'm making is that soon somebody walk down that road, they deny him, disconnect themselves to him. That's how you know they don't be really about that smoke. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In fact, what should have happened is somebody should have took him in and maybe got him some counseling and maybe got him some help, or maybe big brothered him because he was only 25. And that's the problem. Ozone, young brother. Spite, young brother. Makai, young brother. These people come reaching out for help. That's how I go. The only good pig is a dead pig. These brothers probably come reaching out for help. And they turn them out and turn them out. They turn them out and turn them out. These are young brothers. These older people ain't doing nothing. These are young brothers. Unbelievable to me, man. Unbelievable that people still would follow this stuff. That people would still follow this stuff. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Let's go to the next one because we got some new to drop on you now. We got some new stuff to drop on you now. Them young people, man, probably be pulling up, really interested in getting some help. And then we got people like this. The suspect in Monday's shooting. Look at this. The suspect in Monday's shooting of Dallas Fire Department paramedics led complicated life before police using a robot found his corpse in an old East Dallas home. Derek Lamont Brown, 36, died, an alleged murderer with lengthy Dallas County criminal file. But he also, what is it? Make sure you see that too. Hold up. There you go. I want to make sure you see it. Oh, what is it? But he was also controversial local community activist and a patriarch of a large growing family. According to Dallas police, Brown shot a paramedic responding to a shooting victim on Reynolds Avenue. A police officer hauled the paramedic away from the scene and drove him to Baylor Hospital, where the injured firefighter remains in critical but stable condition. A manhunt ensued before police found Brown and another person dead inside a house near the scene of the initial shooting. After looking through court records, social media posts, and conversation with Babu Omowale, a fellow black nationalist and a friend of Brown, here's what the Observer learned about Brown. After looking through court records, social media posts, and a conversation with Babu, that's all he do is talk. That's all he do. That's all he do. That's all he do is talk. That's why he thought he was going to build a social media platform off of Tahaka Bay, because he liked to talk. But he talking about the wrong stuff. Look at this. Hold up. Brown had more than enough tactical experience to commit an attack like yesterday, according to Omowale, the founder of Dallas Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Brown was a black nationalist defense group gunsmith. He put some of our weapons together. And if we needed extra supplies, or if we needed anything added to our weapons, he was the person who made it happen for us. Do y'all hear this fool? Do y'all hear this fool? Do y'all hear this? This is your leader. This is your leader. That's supposed to be a no comment. Come on, man. Hold up, man. I might as well just stop the show now. Do y'all see what I'm getting to with this? How can he call me a fan and he just talk? How do How do a top commander just tell the newspaper people any and everything about the inner workings? He the ones that put our guns together. He's the ones that put our guns together. And when we need something for the guns. So if you're doing something about some guns, you're going to be the next one known, but you may not be where the bro is. If that's you. Unbelievable to me. And not to mention, he's probably selling the story to Voice Media Group because that's who own the Dallas Observer. That's who owns this story. You can't make this stuff up. Like he just, like he can't shut up. He can't shut up. You cannot be the commander of a liberation organization if you don't know how to shut up. He cannot shut up. I went through, man, so much stuff of him just talking. Like I think I made my point, and you know, at this point, you know, I'll be driving a moot point, but I think you get my point. If you go and research this media coverage of anything where a tragedy took place, he just talk and talk and talk. You like, okay. Yeah, but like Leonard Wilson said, but he called me a rat. I mean, what's up, counselor? But he called me a rat. He just talking and talking and talking. Like, I'm going to start doing reaction videos to some of these conversations that he had. Because there's a bunch of them out there. He giving up all the information to all these European news medias. I'm talking about live. Like 2-hour conversations. Just giving up all the goods. Giving up all the goods. And that's how y'all going to get this liberation going. That's how you're going to get this liberation going. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Let me keep it popping. Let me keep it going. Feds had an eye on Dallas gunman before the paramedic shooting. Another one close to Babu that the feds were watching. You hear what I said? So now we got the feds watching Rakim Balagoon associated with Babu. We got the feds watching the guy that I just talked about, a friend of Babu. Hold up. Who's the Fed? I told you last night or the night before last that he had a guy who was a former police officer and his uncle was the Feds. And I showed you the receipts. And now all of a sudden, with all of these groups out, and Huey P. Newton Gun Club is one of the groups that comes a little later than those established groups, but all of his people are being watched by the feds and none of the other groups are being watched. Or they're being watched, but they're acting on these people. Why? I'm just going to help you figure this thing out. Watch this. The gunman shot into the paramedics in Dallas before apparently killing himself was the suspect of a federal investigation prior to Monday's shooting, the FBI said Tuesday. Special agent in charge Eric Jackson of the FBI Dallas division would not elaborate, saying only that Derek Lamar Brown was a well-known local, state, and federal law enforcement, was well known to local, state, and federal law enforcement officials. Brown had claimed on his Facebook to be the new Black Panthers Party's long-time National Minister of Defense. The group did not respond to CNN's emails seeking comment on Brown's relationship with the organization. There we go again. So now you get to see why Babu defends Malik Zulu Shabazz. It's all a ring. It's all connected. You hear what I say? It's all connected. And this is why I said this is informants and assassins. You either going to jail or you die, or you better get out. You better get out. Organize locally with people that you know. Organize locally. OL. Organize locally with people that you know. That somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Get out. There is nothing but death, carnage, and prison. Get out. Get mad at me later. But get out today. And the new Black Panther Party denies him too. Now, before we get to this part, in 1995, Malik Zulu Shabazz was trying to run for the DC Council. He was trying to run for the DC Council in 1995. The reason why this is significant, is because he claimed to be against the political process, against what the flag stands for, and many are, and I get it. But we see in 95 that he wasn't against it, and he was still running with Dr. Khalid Muhammad. You follow me? He was still running with Dr. Khalid Muhammad at this time. But now, it's a new day. Now, that's all he wants to talk is revolution. Let's talk to our brother Steve Coakley.
Now, one person bought a tape that I had, which was Brother Khaled's last speech. It's on a Friday. Brother Khaled is dead by Monday. We'll go through that little weekend. But 3 weeks before he died, whites did what whites do when they're preparing an assassination. They get somebody warming up in the bullpen.
And as we see, somebody was warming up in the bullpen.
Somebody said, who's going to be the next pitcher? I said, well, look out in the bullpen. He's in there warming up. And the pitcher was in there warming up.
Listen, this is why it's so important to listen to our elders. Even in death, we should listen to our elders. We should all have elders, and we should listen to them. Pay close attention to the good brother Steve Coakley.
You got this context of this story coming out. The story says Malik has beautiful brown eyes, is tall and handsome, walks into a room and attracts attention. Now it's written by a guy named Marv Cohen, which is not likely that they would give this favorable type of consideration. Then come them big trap lines. Khalid Muhammad is the old leadership. Malik Zulu Shabazz is the new transformation leadership for the future. Whites promoting they perceive is more in their.
Y'all hear what he said? Hold on. There's more. He said they're promoting him, right?
But that 3 weeks before he died, the government showed their hand, and that story came out. You can download this story. citypaper.com archives, in the archives section. January 15th to the 22nd, 2001. That's the story. The story is entitled Black Power. Front page story. When you open the story up, it's a 12-page promotion of Malik Zulu Shabazz. 12-page promotion of Malik Zulu Shabazz. I didn't like that story at all.
Basically, what he's saying is that the European Jew was putting Malik into place all the way back then. All the way back then, they were putting him in place, right? So no matter what he says, listen to this. Listen to this.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that. Now, they put him on C-SPAN one night where he did this whole thing, I love the Taliban, Afghanistan, and from National Press Club. We have so iced this movie that only the whites can help him have a constituency in the black community.
During this time, our brother and elder, Steve Coakley, said that they iced him. They put him on ice. And the only people that can help him to gain momentum is Europeans. How did that change from Steve Coakley's passing till now? Why are you so mad at Tahaka Bay? Steve Coakley says that they put him on ice.
Last time I was in Detroit, I was there with the Panthers that were there for college that broke from the league. I just left Cincinnati with the Panthers who were college who broke from the league. Had a lecture in D.C. with the Panthers who were college who broke from the league. In 11 cities, I have spoken with those who broke in Dallas, Texas. While being next, only the whites can help him have a constituency. That only the whites can help him have a constituency. We have so iced this movie. We have so iced this movie that only the whites can help him have a constituency in the black community. Last time I was in Detroit, I was there with the Panthers.
So what you don't believe Steve Coakley? Huh? Oh man. Let's just read a piece of the story. But y'all don't believe Steve Coakley? Tahaka Bay still wrong? Is Tahaka Bay still the bad guy? Well, if I'm the bad guy, Steve Coakley the bad guy too. Because I'm not doing anything but saying what Steve Coakley said. I'm bringing receipts, modern, and Steve Coakley brought receipts of past. So all of y'all talking crazy. Come on now. Come on now. Give me 1 second. Just read this for y'all real quick. 1 second. We're going to go over this soon. Steve Coakley, he breaks this down. You can get mad at Tahaka Bay all you want, but you get mad at Steve Coakley too? Roach, though stayed for the whole thing. An officer worker from the nearby Shaw, she sat in the rear of the room listening quietly, absorbing everything. And she found herself thoroughly mesmerized in the evening main attraction, Malik Zulu Shabazz, the charismatic 34-year-old leader of the new Black Panthers DC division, as it packed As packed as it is, make way for your brother and your sister tonight, Shabazz thundered from the podium. We are stacked and packed like sardines on a slave ship coming over here, so you can sit next to your brother and your sister tonight. We have endured much worse. Tall, handsome, and gifted speaker, Shabazz declared that the city right now under outright taking, and you once knew the chocolate city, knew as the chocolate city, and what you have once hoped for the chocolate state is now a serious jeopardy. Serious jeopardy. The handsome charismatic. So I think that's what Coakley's saying, is that they were actually promoting him and trying to bring him to the forefront and make him sellable to Europeans' support. You follow me? Yeah. Yeah, this is what I showed yesterday. 1 second. But I got, what time is it? Because I got a little bit more to go. I got another serious one to drop. 1 second. And I showed this yesterday, day before yesterday, when it said that Barry, 1 second. Running for political cover. Barry, within days, publicly slammed the law student. Yeah, I read this yesterday. At a largely white Ward 3, there is a young man hanging into my camp, Malik Shabazz. I've been trying to get him out the way for a long time. And that's one of the things that I pointed out, is that Malik, I feel as though that he was trying to snitch on Barry, because Barry was already in heat from being caught using drugs, and he was set up with that. Hey, but let's move on. Let's go back to Babu. Whether it's Malik or Babu, it doesn't make a difference. Here's another brother, Chief Ngolo. Black revolutionary freedom fighter has been denied bail on unjust racist grounds. Share this. If the pig knows the revolutionary community is making noise, it may lessen the threat of our comrade being murdered in their hands. This is our time to get back to the community. Now, it is my understanding that this brother, any errors that I make, I will apologize and take them off. But it is my understanding that this brother was a part of Huey P. Newton Gun Club. And the moment that he became a part of Huey P. Newton Gun Club, the feds was watching. And guess where they watched them? During the month of September 2016, Brandon Clark became aware of a Facebook page in the name of Antonio Jones L. Power to the people. In parentheses. In the intro portion, it says, Black Pepper Freedom Fighter, works for the Almighty Vice Lord Society Incorporated, regional chief of staff at the People's New Black Panther Party, worked at Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Virginia. Here is the question. Here's the statement first. On 11/13/16, TFO, which was the officer paying attention to this, Brandon Clark was observing the Facebook page belonging to Antonio Jones. Here we go again. Somebody is pointing the people to these Facebook pages. This is the same scenario that happened to Rakim Bolagoon, supposedly. That they saying that a Facebook page, but with the thousands and millions of people on Facebook. I mean, it could be random, But we're starting to see that if you are around Babu, Malik, you got two options. Watch this. It says Antonio Jones under the Facebook profile of Antonio Jones L with Facebook profile ID. I observed a photograph posted by Antonio Jones L page that was Antonio Jones L holding what appeared to be a handgun in his hand. It was a black. Remember, Babu said that Rocket Balagoon was holding a handgun too, when in fact that wasn't why he got locked up. Y'all see where this is going? The handgun appears to be a Glock. I believe the serial number. How do you get the serial number off a Facebook post? Did y'all see that? I believe the serial number is possibly, he had to be zooming in on that demonstration. I ran both numbers through the NCIC, and both numbers did not result in an NCIC hit. They were different styles of the same photograph posted. I have attached 4 of the photos that were posted. Captioned, Guardian. Now, if this be 1,000% accurate, then there's 1,000% accuracy that somebody pointed them in the direction. I'm of that thought. Now, y'all remember Marcelone? We already figured him out. Y'all remember him? You know the strange part? I told you that this is a big circle. Responding to Dallas shooting, the new Black Panther parties in the person of Marcelone Le Miller, an MVP advisor and head of the African Defense League, calls on gangs across America to attack police. Miller wrote in a Facebook post, "We are calling on every gang, Crips, Bloods, and gangsters, and da-da-da." We read that before. In another post, he encouraged people to also kill firemen because they are the same side as policemen. The new Black Panther leader, Babu Omowale, even boasted that MVP will take over 5 southern states: Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, to create their own nation within a nation. This is the same rhetoric that they told Grandmaster Jay to say. Just give us Texas. I feel somebody told him that because that was the most ridiculous thing he ever said out of his mouth. Y'all see the scenario? Press 7 if you see the common scenario, the common thread. This is the same stuff. And everybody know everybody. And everybody know everybody. Like when Maurice came on the show, I had no clue that he knew all these people. Everybody know everybody. They all doing this together. You know what I mean? Last but not least, these people get so desperate that they will market their clothing screaming Black Power. Look at that. This is where you can buy the Huey P. Newton Gun Club gear. Crip, you can go and order yourself a t-shirt. This is right here. This you can go and no, this is a real shop. This is a real shop spot right here. You go order yourself a t-shirt. Black Power. Black Power. Yep. The Czar say, is that white people posing? Is that the queen, the grandson there? Is that the queen's grandson there? and his mixed girlfriend there. I didn't get tired of that and demonstrate that one. But yeah, this just shows you how unthought out these people. They don't think things out. They don't think things through. They don't think things through. How they going to think liberation through if they can't even think through how to sell a t-shirt? For real. How they going to think liberation through if they can't even think how to sell a t-shirt? My goodness, man, this is insane. So I'm 150. I wanted to go 130. I got Temple tomorrow, so I just got to give you what it got. Amazing. I mean, this is what I'm gonna end it with this, my brother.
Because, like myself, I would work with Malik because college said so or asked so, but I didn't like Malik. Arrogant, insensitive, untrustworthy, untrustworthy.
So now nobody want to listen to the elders? Nobody want to listen to the elders. Is that what y'all telling me? It's just Tahaka Bay. Tahaka Bay wrong. Well, they said our brother Steve Coakley was wrong too. But at least he had a bunch of people rocking with him.
Untrustworthy.
So Steve Coakley wrong too. He wrong too. Nah, Steve Coakley ain't wrong. Our brother's not wrong. You know what I mean? Let me end it with this.
Malik is an attorney. He wear the Black Panther thing, but when he go to court, he wear shirt. The judge come in, he stand up and say, "Your Honor." The judge come in, he stand up and say, "Your Honor." The judge come in, he stand up and say, "Your Honor." The judge come in, he stand up and say, "Your Honor." The judge come in, he stand up and say, "Your Honor."
Y'all think it's a game? Y'all think it's a game? Stop playing games with your life. Listen, I'm going to tell you again. Organize locally. Organize locally. Malik, Babu, those ain't nothing but death traps. You either going to prison, or you're going to come up missing. Your health might go bad because the ancestors, the universal creator, do not back foolery. It just doesn't back it. I mean, Michael Carter, we've been riding out for a long time, Michael Carter. Cut it out. Listen, the whole thing in a nutshell is that only thing comes from wrong is wrong. Many people get disease because their mind is diseased. Because they're so full of anxiety from working people, from robbing people, from playing people, from using people. And now their mind is diseased. That's why, last but not least, that's why Babu said on his little thing the other day that if somebody get his address and blase, something happened to somebody in his family, because he said that I put up his address or something like that, then he's going to come see me. Man, listen, everybody know my address. You ain't said nothing slick. Everybody knows my address. Big Shirley came see me too and went live. What you going to do? Go live? I mean, like, that's what you're going to do? Go live? That's what I want to know. You must going to go live. You know what I mean? We're going to do a show together. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, one thing that I know you're going to do without a doubt of contradiction is you're going to call YouTube on me. You know what I'm saying? And try to get my video taken down after you run all that, after you talk all that smack. That's what you're going to do. You're going to run and tell YouTube like you did right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, Babu. Show the people. Just like you ran, just like you talked to the newspaper, you ran to YouTube. After you ran your mouth, calling horse heads and all that, you ran to YouTube, talk about, can you take the video down? Can you take the video down? Look at this revolutionary guy. Look at the revolutionary. Look at the revolutionary. Can you take the video down? Yeah, you, Babu. That's what you did. You know what I mean? Can you after you running your mouth, talking all that tough talk, all that internet stuff. I'm a shut Morris World TV down. Yeah, going to the people. Going to the people. You know what I mean? The information reported violation of privacy. I violated his privacy, he said. That mean, can you take the TV off? Turn the TV off on him, YouTube. Mark Zuckerberg, do you own YouTube? Have some friends over there? Huh? Do you? Yeah. This is what revolution. This is what these type of revolutionary people do. This is what these type of revolutionaries do. You understand what I'm saying? These type of revolutionaries. That's what they do. Real talk. Those are your revolutionaries. The only way I would play that game if somebody played it with me. You know what I'm saying? Like Inky and them was striking my page. I say, okay, I'm gonna play that game with you. Them people be tacking my page. Oh, I'm playing with you. Don't play that game with me, Babu. You ain't got about 100 subscribers now. Don't play that game with me. Take this beating and go to your room. And just keep quiet. And I take you off punishment. Just go to your room and be quiet. That's all you got to do. I mean, to all the revolutions out there who don't want to be in a militia where the founders are all up in the videos, talk to the feds, crying on YouTube, they come to death row. So, Boo-Boo the Bear, Boo-Boo the Bear, I told you, and I can screenshot it, I told you personally, don't play with me. I mean, don't play with me, Boo-Boo. Don't play with me, Boo-Boo, because I'm just going to come with receipts, Boo-Boo the fool. That's all I'm going to come. And you say they're not receipts. Whether people drop them to me, whether I research them, they're receipts. And like Counselor said, Counselor got a good point. Retire, Babu, retire and eat more. He's supposed to be retired. I don't know why he came out retirement to fight for Malik. That wasn't a good idea. Now him and Malik go down together. I'm beating both of y'all up now. Anybody else want to come? Desert Eagle, where you at? You want some of this, old man? No. Desert Eagle, where you at? Now, shout out to Desert Eagle. I mean, trying to think he gonna build a YouTube channel, man. Listen, man, you ain't gonna build a YouTube channel off me. Matter of fact, most people already got their mind made up that you's a weirdo, that you're slow. Like if you ain't built this since 2014, how you gonna build it now? Your YouTube channel been around since 2014. How you gonna build it now? Come on, man. All of a sudden now you want to be a YouTube star. Come on, man. Get out of here. With that being said, family, I see y'all on Sunday. See y'all on Sunday. Whew. I gotta do it. If anybody friends with Babu, the best thing that you can do for Babu is say, Babu, listen, man, leave that stuff alone, man. Get back to revolutionary. And then you make a statement. Say, you know what? I'm not playing these YouTube games. I'm a revolutionary. And just get back to that. Because I'm going to tell you, if you play with me, I got a whole stack of receipts. And then the whole thing is about me. How? Like the Native American. How? I raise my hand in benediction. If I say anything wrong, or if someone pass me misinformation, I will pull it down immediately. Because I'm not infallible. Press 7 if you with me. Put 7 up there if you with me. I want you to hold me to this. If I put out bad information and someone tells me that the information is no good, that it's not what you thought it was, I will take the information down and I will apologize. So don't think that you're going to pass me some foolish, raggedy information and I'm going to have some pride and keep it up there. No, if I get past foolish information, if I have wrong information and somebody tells me that it's not good information, I'm going to take it down. The same way that a brother, and you know who you are, I'm sure you're watching, he told me that a picture that I put up, it was a brother who had separated from the movement or from this organization for quite some time and asked me, could I take it down? And you know what I did? I went and removed the picture. I didn't know the brother, but I put it out there. I said, if your picture appears in my video and you don't want it there, let me know and I will remove it. Because the object of this presentation, is the frauds, not those who thought the frauds was real because they wanted to fight for the liberation of their people. It's not about you. It's not about the true foot soldiers. It's not about the true revolutionary. It's not about the one that been manipulated, played, and untrained in the mind by those who choose to manipulate you. So I'm telling you right now, I don't care if it's a text. I don't care if it's a letter. I don't care if it's a video. If it doesn't stand the litmus test, you let me know. I'm going to scrub it out the video. Because all we want is facts here. That's it. That's all we want is facts. And I stand on that. Firestar coming to the show soon. I stand on that. And that's just what it is. So y'all enjoy y'all night, family. I hope y'all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I got Friday Holy Day tomorrow. If you're not on Facebook, join me on Facebook. I go live on Facebook for our Moorish American Holy Day meeting. I be teaching and preaching, screaming and hooping and hollering like Reb Chickenfoot up in that demonstration on Friday on Facebook. If you're in Baltimore, you can message me. Meet me at the temple. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. You follow what I'm saying? Also, what I'm going to say? Also, I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia next month. I'm going to have my brothers up here from the RGB community, RBG community. They're going to be on the show. I was trying to get them this week. They're going to be here. Is anybody who's in Atlanta? Anybody in Atlanta? Press 7 if you're in Atlanta. Anybody in Atlanta? Who's in Atlanta? I'm coming to Atlanta next month. Anybody in Atlanta? Anybody in here in Atlanta? I got something going on in Atlanta next month. I'm gonna do a presentation on it next week. Anybody in the A? Huh? That's all we got is Bay. Man, you gotta come holler at me, man. Oh, we got Rodney with. Are y'all gonna come holler at me? Who's coming out? Come on, I'm gonna be in the A. Are y'all coming to holler at me in the A? I'm just doing a presentation right quick for some friends of mine that was on the show from the RBG community. I like to see y'all in the A now. Y'all coming? Oh, the Cleveland A. I'm coming, Keisha. I'm coming to Cleveland too. I'm going on a world tour with Muhammad, my man. I'm starting in the A. If I can get the A moving just a little bit, then I'm going around. I need to see y'all in the building in the A. I will be announcing the location next week. Next week, I will be announcing a location. I'll be announcing a location. After Atlanta, I'm going everywhere. I gotta outdo Umar. Umar running around with lies. I gotta run around with the truth. Zah say he in New Mexico. Good, is that great? I come there if the taco's good. I said RBG. I said RBG. I messed it up, Elwin. Man, you trying to catch me out there. I meant to say RBG. I'm tired. GS will have armed escorts when he travel on tour for the Froggy fellas. Oh yeah. You know, we got, I'm gonna leave that right there. That's right. With that being said, Elwin try to catch me out. Why Elwin always try to catch me out there? Now I did say that, Elwin. I messed up. So yeah, family, we'll announce that next week. We'll have my brothers on next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. But with that being said, Keish, I'm coming to Cleveland. I'm coming. In fact, we got family. We got family from the Morris Science Temple of America in Ohio. So I'm definitely coming in. I'm coming on in. I'm coming through. And I'm going to try to get my brother from Akron to come through when I come out there. You follow me? But with that being said, family, I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy your family. Please, 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 please be smart. Do not allow people to trick you to spending all your money running up and down the road, screaming Black Power, screaming no justice, no peace, when they don't even really have a game plan to get to peace, get to justice, or liberation.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it was straight fact. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the